This is Gerald Jovan. Once you understand the system, how letters are really describing the objects, because they are based upon a system which is a systematic order that is quite natural actually, and so you have a 1, 2, 3 rule which is used for it, in which you have 9 positions, fixed positions. You can only choose a good order that you can work quickly with it, with 9 fixed places. Or you have also 9 changing places or changing orders or directions, or 9 conditional places where you, with its own rules. And for all these places, or for most of these places, you have letters that really are used for it and that describe these things. So I will give you another demonstration. Let's go to the P. You know, this is a vegetable, and I have it in 2 languages. ERWT, which is the Dutch word, and then P, which is the English word written as P-E and A. How it is written down matters. And they describe and should describe actually the P well. But there is, here you have of course the ERWT already, where I'll start with. Here are the letters in it. And I can see already that I have, I will describe the categories a little bit. So you have the 3 categories: one of the fixed places, one of the changing order, or when something is changing in the time process, and the last one, which is a conditional place actually. Condition in place and time, where you can find the thing or the focus actually. The second category is about materialization, or the second part of it is about the process of materialization. The lower one is of course the starting points. It's all very logical. So you can read what letters do what we have. It's all about materialization, and it ends with the letter where what is actually a starting point. And that is also exactly how it is a reminder, because ERWT or the P, you can see them as these little balls actually, but that's not really. This doesn't really give you an idea of what it is. If you would simply describe it as a ball, you have no clue what it is. With the description of P or ERWT, it describes you where it comes from, so how it is associated, how it has been grown, because it's not just a ball, a little ball. So we tend to start from this little ball and also associate it. So, okay, this is the P, but the P is described as P or ERWT because there is a process behind it before you have that little ball, so that you realize what it really is. And that's what it is. So before you can start from this, you have to, there's a reminder in this word that there is a process behind it. So that you can only start to have this little ball after a process has been processed. And that's what you have to imagine. And that's what is a reminder in the naming of it. Where does it come from? Where does this little ball comes from? It's not just a ball. It is a fruit, actually, from a vegetable, a vegetarian fruit. Where is so? How do we describe it? Of course, can we describe it with letters, that we really realize where this little ball is coming from? So I already told you there's a process behind it, a timed process. Timed process is from the second category. As you can see here, all things that are changing and so on are in that second category. The middle one, which is about changes, is the letter E. So we already have it as a starting point. It is about something that has a process behind, a timing. And it's not just a timing. A timing also means we don't have it immediately. There is a point when it's ready. And that's what the E letter, how it has been written, is, and in this case also pronounced as ERWT. That's the moment where it is ready, the moment where you have that highlight, the moment where you can take it out vertically. There are 3 rows that you can see there in my system. The first ones are the horizontals, and the verticals and the diagonals. This is about the vertical. So the vertical is taken out. It's taken out because it's ready in the time process. That's the little seed which is ready. There we start from. We wait until that moment where it is ready, and then we can take that out. That's the letter E. The R describes actually where you can find it. So it is connected. It is connected as after conditional, of course. It is conditionally connected in it. So it has been grown in it. There is that connection to that little boil, of course. This is described via the letter R. How it is connected, with what is it connected, in which form is it connected, in the form, of course, the ERWT. The W is this loosely connecting form. It's also at the end of a process when you have really an end conclusion and so on. So you have, it's all fitting well at that point and fits well to the letter W. And then you have, of course, the letter T. And what is the letter T? It's that starting point where you start from, also vertically. So you can lift it out as in a way, lift it out in the mindset, actually, in saying like, yes, I have a distinction here. I have something, but something that I can also take as a fixed thing out of it. I have my object, in other words, I have my object that I can use and I can take it out into just one point. I also lift it out just slightly for my focus, but that is not more than that. It's not a lifting out physically, but it's really like, okay, I lift it out because I notice it. Yes, now it is ready. That's how ERWT is a very good description of the P. Will it be very different with the English? Will describe, of course, the same thing because it will have the same reminder in it as well. The E is already there in the middle, so it also says, yes, I'm aware that there's a time process involved. Not just the E, the P is also about the time process. It's the last letter of that middle system of the materializing of everything which is everything which is materializing and then finalizing itself into a time process. So at the end of the time process, we will have the letter P, where you have the conclusion, where something can be popped out or taken out. It's the same kind of thing, of course. So you have the P with the E combined, and so with the A to it, you also say, yes, I have a physical object for it. It's also not it is written as E and A, so there is a time process, and in the end, a physical thing pronounced as E. It also has this small reminder. Okay, I look for something new. The E means I find something new. So it is like I have this whole object, and within that is that new thing that I need, actually, which of course will be able to be popped out because that's how I see it. And that's actually also a good description of what I'm actually needing in this object, what I need there, and what is important for me for being a P. In describing it with that. I hope this was enjoyable. Thanks again for watching. Bye.